I love that. That's great. I love the little quiz. Yeah, so thank you so much. The first time my mom set my hair on fire, I was 7 years old. She did it with a hot comb, which, in case you're not familiar with 1980s and 90s technology, hot combs were like these, there they are. Yeah, these little brushes that you would put on the stove to heat up, and then you'd run them through your hair. Now, my mom is white. I am multi-ethnic. Poor woman did not know what to do with my hair. She didn't know that she was supposed to let the hot comb cool, which meant that she just applied it straight to my massive fro. Luckily, when I burned off a huge chunk of hair, my hair is so big and dense that nobody ever knew. So that was my mom's most abysmal failures were in childhood hair care. But luckily, this white woman did a tremendous job raising a multi-ethnic daughter. And one of the ways that she did that was to always teach me to self-identify as being mixed, being multi-ethnic, being biracial. We joined an international, children's and parents group when I was growing up, and it was full of all these, African American and Caucasian parents who had, multi-ethnic children. And at one point, all of us kids were polled by some of the group facilitators, and they said, what races are you? And all the other kids said, I'm black, or I'm white. And I said, I'm biracial, And so I really appreciated that my mother never encouraged me to be smaller or less than who and what I am. When it came time for Scantron testing, a la high school and middle school, I checked 2 boxes. I didn't check just one. Unfortunately, there was an area of my life, though, where I did try to be smaller than I am. From the ages of 14 to 26, I was rampantly anorexic and bulimic. I was inpatient, institutionalized over 18 times, and I almost died from an eating disorder. And when I got out, I became very fascinated with, the connection between trying to make oneself smaller and what happens internally, what happens to us societally. And so I read about the Minnesota starvation experiment, which essentially was 36 conscientious war observers during World War II were voluntarily put on a semi-starvation diet for 6 months. And while on the diet, these normally healthy, happy, phenomenal men, they became angry, they became bitter, they became obsessed with food. One of the men was discharged from the study because apparently he became homicidal and suicidal. He started having dreams of cannibalism. Essentially, trying to make ourselves smaller than we are has consequences. And I'm not gonna lie, I still want to make myself smaller than I am in a lot of different contexts. I think it's part of the human experience. But whenever that comes up for me, I'm reminded of the words from a Marianne Williamson book. This is from her book, A Return to Love. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So I love that. Thank you. And one of the things that I really want to encourage each and every one of us to do tonight, but not just tonight, throughout the course of our lives, is to think about where in our lives we might be playing small, where we might be letting fear get in the way of our stepping into our greatness, where we might be shrinking from other people just so that we can apologize in advance for the phenomenalness of our existence, right? And then make a decision, make a moment by moment, daily, committed decision to take action to be your most shining, most expansive, most enlarged, most radiant self. Because the more that we can step into that, step into our power and step into who we are meant to be, the more we give other people permission to do that. and society gets to be a much better, bigger, funner, scarier, but way more worth it place. And so, I'm not going to advocate that we all leave from here and go to the nearest buffet, or that we, try to appropriate cultures other than our own. But what I will suggest doing is allowing yourself to expand into the possibilities for your life. And thank you.